Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Management e-Learning. Today we are going to learn about the meaning of market and types of market structure. Ordinarily, a market is understood as a place where commodities are bought and sold at a retail or wholesale price. Thus, a marketplace is thought to be a place consisting of a number of big and small shops, stalls, and even hawkers selling various types of goods. Let's try to understand the meaning of a market. An arrangement where buyers and sellers come in close contact with each other directly or indirectly to sell and buy goods is described as a market. It follows that for the existence of a market, buyers and sellers need not personally meet each other. They may contact each other by any means such as a mobile or with the help of internet service. Thus, the term market is used in economics in a typical and a specialized sense. It does not refer only to a fixed location. It refers to the whole area of operation of a demand and supply. It refers to the conditions and commercial relationship facilitating transactions between buyers and sellers. Thus, a market signifies any arrangement in which the sale and purchase of a goods take place. Thus, to create a market for a commodity, what we need is only a group of potential sellers and potential buyers. They may be at a different places. Markets may be physically identifiable. Example, the cutlery market in Mumbai situated at a Jama Masjid street, or one which is identified in a general sense without any reference to a particular commodity such as the labor market, the stock market, and so on. Existence of a different prices for a specific commodity means existence of a different markets. Traditionally, the nature of a competition is adopted as the fundamental criteria for distinguishing different types of market structure. The degree of competition may vary among the sellers as well as the buyers in a different market situations. Usually, the market structures are classified in accordance with the nature of competition among the sellers. The nature of competition among the sellers is viewed on the basis of two major aspects. First is the number of firms in the market, and second is the characteristics of products such as whether the products are homogeneous or differentiated. Individual sellers control over the market supply and his hold on price determination basically depend upon these two factors. On the selling side or a supply side of the market, the following types of market structure are commonly distinguished. First is a perfect competition. Second is a monopoly. Third is a oligopoly. And four is a monopolistic competition. In examining market structure on the supply side, we shall basically confine our attention to the two extremes of the market situation, namely perfect competitive market and monopoly. Other forms of market such as oligopoly and a monopolistic competition fall in between these two extremes. Oligopoly and monopolistic competition are the market situation characterized by imperfect competitive market. Let's try to understand about the perfect competitive market. Perfect competition refers to the market structures where competition among the sellers and buyers prevails in its most perfect form. In the perfectly competitive market, a single market price prevails for the commodity, which is determined by the forces of a total demand and a total supply in the market. Under perfect competitive market, every participant, that is buyer or a seller, is a price taker. Everyone has to accept the prevailing market price as a individually. No one is in position to influence the price. The first characteristics of a perfect competitive market is large number of sellers. A perfectly competitive market structure is basically formed by a large number of actual and potential firms and sellers. Their number is sufficiently large, and as the size of each firm is relatively small, so the individual sellers or a firm's supply is just a fraction of the market supply. Consequently, any variation in individual supply has a negligible effect on the total supply. Thus, an individual firm or seller cannot exert any influence on the ruling market price. In a perfectly competitive market, thus a firm or a seller is a price taker. The another characteristics is a large number of buyers available in the market. There are very large number of actual and potential buyers, so that each individual buyer's demand constitutes just a fraction of the total market demand. Hence, no individual buyer is in a position to exert his influence on the prevailing price of the product. From the above two conditions, it follows that though an individual buyer or seller cannot affect the price, all firms together or all buyers together can change the market supply or a demand as a whole, so that the market price will be affected. The another characteristics of a perfect competitive market is product homogeneous. The commodity supplied by each firm in a perfectly competitive market is a homogeneous. That means the product of each seller is virtually standardized. That is, there is no identification of the product of each seller, as there is no product differentiation. Since each firm produces an identical product, their products can be readily substituted for each other. Hence, the buyer has no specific preference to buy from a particular seller only. His purchase from any particular seller is a matter of chance and not of choice, on account of the homogeneity of goods. The another important characteristics of a perfect competitive market is free entry and exit of a firms. There is a free entry of a new firms into the market. There is no legal, technological, economic, financial or any other barrier to their entry. Similarly, existing firms are free to quit the market. The mobility of a firms ensures that whenever there is a scope in the business, new entry will take place and competition will remain always stiff. Due to natural stiffness of a competition, inefficient firms would have to eventually quit the industry. The another characteristics is perfect knowledge of a market condition. Perfect competitive market requires that all the buyers and the sellers must possess perfect knowledge about the existing market conditions, especially regarding the market price, quantities, and the source of supply. When there is such a perfect knowledge, no buyer could be charged a price different from the market price. Similarly, no seller would unnecessarily lose by selling at a lower price than the prevailing market price. This way, a perfect knowledge ensures transactions at a uniform price. The another important characteristics of a perfect competitive market is a perfect mobility of a factors of production. A necessary assumption of a perfect competition is that factor of productions are perfectly mobile. Perfect mobility of factors alone can ensure easy entry or exit of the firms. Again, it also ensures that the factor costs are the same for all firms or sellers. The another characteristics is a government non-intervention. Perfect competition also implies that there is no government intervention in the working of a market economy. That is to say, there are no tariffs, subsidies, rationing of goods, control on supply of raw materials, licensing policy, or any other government interference. Government non-intervention is essential to permit free entry of firms and for automatic adjustment of a demand and supply through market mechanism. The another characteristics of a perfect competitive market is absence of transport cost element. It is essential that competitive position of a no firm is adversely affected by the transport cost differences. It is thus assumed that there is a absence of transport cost as well. Firms are closer to the market or there is an equal transport cost faced by all, as all firms are supposed to be equally far away from the market. The another type of a market is a monopoly. Monopoly is the other extreme form of a market situation. Pure monopoly is just the opposite of a perfect or a pure competitive market. Pure monopoly is a market structure in which there is only one seller. He controls the entire market supply of a product. Because there is no rival producing a close substitute, the monopoly firm itself is an industry, so its output constitutes the total market supply. In a monopoly market, the seller, that is the monopolist, is faced with a large number of competing buyers. But being the sole supplier, the monopolist has a strong hold over a price determination. He usually tries to set the price and output of his product entirely in his own interest of a profit maximization. The features, that is the characteristics of a monopoly markets, are there exists only one seller but there are many buyers. The monopoly firm is the industry. There are many entry barriers such as a natural, economic, technological or legal which do not allow competitors to enter in the market. The monopolist has therefore complete hold over the market supply and the price determination. A monopoly firm is a price maker. In a monopoly market, the price is solely determined at the discretion of the monopolist, since he has control over the market supply. There are no closely competitive substitutes for the product of the monopolist. So the buyer have no alternatives or no any other choice. They have to either buy the product from the monopolist or go without any buying. Monopoly is a complete negation of competition, since a monopolist has a complete control over the market supply. In the absence of a close or a remote substitute for his product, he can fix the price as well as the quantity of output to be sold in the market. Though a monopolist is a price maker, he has no unlimited power to charge a high price for his product in the market. This is because he cannot disregard demand situation in the market. If buyers refuse to buy at a very high price, he has to keep a lower price. He will produce that level of output which maximizes the profit and charge only that price at which he is in a position to dispose of his entire output. Thus, the monopolist sets the price for his product in relation to the demand position and not just fix any price which he likes. The another type of market, that is oligopoly, is a imperfect competitive market. Oligopoly refers to the market structure where there are few sellers, more than two but not too many, in a given line of production. Oligopoly is defined as a competition among the few. In an oligopolistic market, firms may be producing either a homogeneous product or may have a product differentiation in a given line of production. The oligopoly model fits well in such industry as automobile, manufacturing of electrical appliances, etc. in our country. There are features, that is the characteristics of oligopoly market, as there are a few sellers supplying either homogeneous products or a differentiated product. Firms have a high degree of interdependence in their business policy in fixing a price and determining output. Firms under oligopoly have always the fear of retaliation by rivals. Competition is of a unique type in an oligopolistic market. Here, each oligopolist faces competition and has to wage a constant struggle against his rivals. Advertising and selling cost have a strategic importance to oligopolist firms. Monopolistic competition is another imperfect competitive market. Monopolistic competition refers to the market structure in which there are a large number of firms producing similar but not identical product. Monopolistic competition is a blend of monopoly and competition. Monopolistic competition is similar to perfect competition in that it has a large number of sellers, but its dissimilarities lies in its product differentiation. In a perfect competitive market, goods are identical or homogeneous, while in monopolistic competition, products are differentiated through trademarks, brand name, and etc. For example, in the soft drink market, products are distinguished by brand names such as Thums Up, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, etc. Product differentiation confers a degree of a monopoly to each seller in a market under monopolistic competition. Thus, in such a market, many monopolists compete with each other on the selling side. There are a large number of buyers too, but each buyer has a preference for a particular seller or a brand of the product in the market. Some characteristics of the monopolistic competitions are like there are a large number of sellers and buyers. There is a product differentiation. Each seller tries to distinguish his product from the rest. Each seller resorts to the advertising and sales promotion efforts. Thus, selling costs are a unique feature of the monopolistic competitive market. Monopolistic competition has two important aspects. One is a price competition and another is a non-price competition. In a price competition, that is, the sellers compete in the price determination, and in a non-price competition, that is, sellers compete through product improvements and advertising sales promotion efforts. Thanks for watching this video. Wish you a very happy learning.